Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition. Oh, I've got to, I've got to get that. Let's see here. There we go.
You got
I
it
think
working?
we're working. Let's make
Maybe.
sure
Yeah,
that
Bo,
this
sit
is
down.
working. Sorry for the delay. We got held up. Yep, we're back. So that's good. We're back, and lots of you there. And hello, and welcome to our virtual campfire tonight. No fire behind us. We didn't have that. Oh, look, there's my new camera. That's my new camera that we just got today that we did a little bit of work on for our video for tomorrow. And we're here to talk to you guys, and it's delighted to be with you. We're live from Okaloosa Island, Florida. And let's see, we do have a little bit of news in terms of the national lockdown that we've all been under. We now know a couple of things. We know that uh, there's a couple of states that are easing out now. Florida is still mostly in a lockdown, although the beaches in Jacksonville on the East Coast, the Northeast coast of Florida, will be open for just a couple hours in the morning and a couple hours at night. Tomorrow, some other beaches to our west in Santa Rosa County, they're going to be voting and considering that, the government there. Texas has announced it's about to ease some of the restrictions. All this is to say that this no unnecessary travel is obviously continuing for most of us in the country, but there's a glimmer of hope out there, as they say, and we're all for that.
Sounds good.
We were just today saying how we were editing the video for tomorrow, which is coming out on Key West, and we were just saying when that came out that we're ready to go. Let's go. We got some stories we want to tell, and we didn't get a chance to go anyplace for. I guess it's been 6 weeks now. We've been kind of hunkered down here in Florida. Anyway, I'm sorry we were a little bit late. Let's say hi. The first one on the list I hear today is from Linda Ward in New Jersey, where our local hospital finally appears to be not diverting critical cases. Hello from Barrie, Ontario, Canada. Doug Fox in North Carolina. Fire looks good, sort of chilly in Indianapolis. Yeah, it's 75 here in Florida today. We uh, grilled out on our grills, which are right next to the beach. The beach is still closed here, but I noticed back in our home state of Michigan, they were still getting snow.
Well,
Yeah,
Bo would love to be home.
yeah, Bowood. So that's good. Hi from KK Kayak in Wisconsin. Their stay at home is extended now until May 26th.
Whoa.
My goodness, that's a long one. George is in Texas. State parks in Texas reopen Monday. Hallelujah. You still need to use masks and stay 6 feet away and stay in groups, but good to hear that, George. That's excellent to see. Um, Hi from Paul in Maryland. And hello from Cheryl in West Virginia. What's the best RV GPS system? Well, we've had interesting experience with GPS. Like most of you, we end up sometimes down the wrong road. But the system we use now is Waze, which is an app on the cell phone, and that's what we use. We use it through CarPlay in our RV. I plug it in, and sometimes I'll use Google Maps. Sometimes I'll use Apple Maps. So I tend to use CarPlay, which is a device. That's the system that connects your cell phone. There's also Android Auto for those of you who have Android, and that's what I use almost all the time. And it's been so much better than any standalone system we have. We do have a pretty good one now in the new Mercedes. The 2019 Mercedes chassis has a much better GPS system than the Sprinter used to have, and we've used that a lot. But right now, our favorite one is Waze, Waze. So that's the one that we tend to use. Bo is here. How
Yeah,
is Bo
Bo
doing?
is
Where is Bo? We should
Bo
say
is
hello to
needing.
Bo. There's
There's
Bo.
Bo.
Yep. Bo says hi. He thinks that this is his live shot, and it kind of is, isn't it? He kind of shows up. So Bo joins us tonight. He's about due for his walk, so we have to take him out on a walk.
That's what he really wants.
Cynthia says, "Do you plan to visit Banff, Alberta in the near future?" Well, not in the near future, but it's on our goal list for this summer. Who knows what travel we'll be able to do this summer? But if we are able to resume travel and get back to our planned schedule, we would be sometime in, I believe, in late August, early September, and we'd be near Banff. We love Banff, been there before, and look forward to being back there again. Larry and Linda is across the state of Florida here with us up in Gainesville. Marshall, I'm sorry you're annoyed by the foolish responses on the Facebook page. Yeah, we've just changed. For those of you who are members of our Facebook group, um, you cannot post anything about COVID-19 or the coronavirus without a whole lot of crazies on both sides of this issue. And you know what? It's all become very politicalized. And I mean, even the most common, the most innocent comment at all brings out the crazies. So I was faced today with the decision either I'd have to stay there 12 by 20, 24 by 7 to monitor what people are saying so we can get off the crazies. Our moderators can't do that. I can't do that. We debated, actually talked about shutting down the group, just taking our Facebook group off because it's just vicious, the stuff that's coming out. And so what we have done now is that we have a policy that there will be no posts at all about it. And we are trying to take off comments on anything that is where people get crazy. And we'll do the same for as long as it takes. But I have no idea why. Do you have any idea why? What brings out this insane, violent, vicious nastiness from people?
Because we're all feeling kind of trapped.
Well, if that's what causes this,
I don't know.
We've got more problems than that. It's just been insane. And even on my personal page, it got crazy. And so I'm just not letting any comments go on it. And I hope you guys all understand it. It's just nuts. And I don't know what it is that brings out crazy people who are so nasty. Now, of course, that's not everybody, but it's enough that I posted today that because I think it's of interest to RVers. I just posted on the group that, hey, starting to ease the restrictions at Jacksonville beaches are open. And within less than an hour, there were 90 something comments on there. And people were yelling at each other. Some were mad because they believed you shouldn't go out and you shouldn't open the beaches. Some said they shouldn't have closed them in the first place. And then they bring in the president and the governors, and then they accuse. I mean, it's like children. And so,
well, everybody's passionate.
That's not an excuse for bad behavior. It's just not an excuse. So if you're a member of our group, help us out. You can always report comments, and we'll try and do that. But just no excuse for that, for people to politicalize everything that they talk about. Hi in Macon, Georgia. And let's see, from Sarasota, Florida. Hello, guys. Any news? When are you going to open the state parks in Florida? Well, I don't know. The governor doesn't consult with us. He did come on today. I don't know why. Make sure he has our number.
We were going on tonight.
Yeah, I've got a list of all the stories we want to do over the next couple of months, and I made a list the other day of, well, since we're stuck here in Florida, well, what can we do? And actually, I said, well, let's go over we'll do one on Rocky Bayou State Park, which isn't too far from us. It's a great little kayaking place. And it's closed. I forgot all about it. It's closed. All these things are closed. The only thing open for us down here is Bo's dog park. So Bo doesn't really care much.
And we're grateful.
He wasn't allowed to go on the beach anyway. No dogs on the beaches down here.
Yeah, he can't go on the beach.
So he doesn't
the main
care.
beach, but the dog park, there's a beach.
So I don't know when Florida's when they're gonna open the state parks. But I mean, the fact that Texas, Jacksonville, and I believe a couple of other areas are considering doing it.
Okay,
it's good.
Now, I don't want to get people upset, but
they're going to get
opening
upset.
the park means just for a couple hours in the morning and a couple hours later in the day, the beach. Yeah. I mean, that's just to walk on the beach. It's not to get your blanket out and your sand pail and go play in the sand. It's just that you can walk on the beach.
Which would be very nice to do. We would
And
love to
then
go
I
to.
guess that means you can go swimming for a couple hours.
Yeah, yeah. So, I think we'll see it phased out and phased in many places. Because let's face
But
it, many
it's
parts of the
not
country are not that
grab
bad.
your cooler and your lawn chair, or your chairs and your umbrella, and you're going to go to the beach.
We just grilled out tonight, and we were right. Our area is right next to the beach, and it's just so beautiful with nobody there. We're so spoiled. And I'm looking out the window now, and it's there. It is, and it's beautiful. So it's pretty good. So this is our virtual campfire. We do this every Friday night, and we've been doing it ever since we all got on lockdown, and we will continue doing it until we all can start traveling again. And that will that's coming off pretty fun. I was going to note. Oh, we did ask on our Ask Us Anything show that we do like this on Sunday night. We gave you 4 stories that we were ready to go with, and which one we wanted. And I think we had about almost 350 votes. And the number one that they all wanted to see was Key West, and number 2 by just I think it was 38% Key West, 36% one on boondocking in Central Florida, where we're going to show you the Ocala National Forest and where people are boondocking. So those are what we'll be doing over the next few weeks. We'll be releasing those videos. We have held back on them because we don't want to give people the impression that we want you to go out and do it now. So we've been real careful on that. And we did notice when we did the video, there's everybody crowded together in Key West, walking the streets, in
It
the
looks so funny.
bars. And it felt so weird to see that. After a month, we were, look, those people are too close, and there's nobody with a face mask on. This was only a little over a month ago. And that's how fast everything has changed. And I mean, it's just pretty hard to fathom that. Hey, thank you to Shirley for a super chat. Thank you so much, Shirley. That's great. She says, be happy, hang in there, march on. You're fabulous, Mike and Jennifer. Where's Bo? Well,
He was right here.
Shirley says the Sun Valley Campground in Chillicothe, Ohio is open. And I think Ohio is going to ease some of this stuff. So that's pretty good. So I know a lot of you were on where we were at the beginning. Someday I'll tell you why we're a little late, but it's kind of embarrassing.
Get everybody's curiosity up.
I might as well tell them. We were in the other room, and we just weren't paying attention at the time. And I got a text from Chris, and he says, "Are you guys still going on?" I said, "Well, of course we are." And I look, it's 10 after 6. We are still messed. When I say, because it's 7 o'clock Eastern time, well, here in Central time, what we're on at 6 o'clock, and we're still messed up. So we just weren't paying attention. That was the problem.
I'm so glad Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for texting me.
Somebody's got to keep us in line.
Cattle Dog Cruisin' is at our campfire tonight. He says, my rad bike is stronger than me. My dog tried to jump out of my bike basket, hit the brakes too hard, slid on the street.
Get it back there.
The bike.
Oh, where is it?
The bike fine, scraped the pedal and the hand grip, 2 broken ribs for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's trouble with those little dogs. They don't know anything.
Well, we hit the brakes.
And
you went right over your handlebars. I mean, it wasn't on the Red Power bike. It was your mountain bike.
I did. And
hit the brakes too hard.
Took this finger, the ring finger went off on an angle. And so what do you think the first thing I did is I got out the thing and I did a video on it. A little nuts. And that was something. So let's see. We said it's our happy hour, and you're all invited to bring your favorite beverage. 2 Happy Nomads is having a kefir shake. That sounds good to me right now. Deb is in Massachusetts waiting for a little snow. Ken Michelson is there. Hi, Ken. Karen Larson in Killeen, Texas. And let's see, what's Chris doing? He's got kombucha. He's out of rum chata, unfortunately, or he'd have a root beer chata. You guys have got really fancy stuff. I was thinking a glass of wine or something. But, and that's a tough one. Snow says, too happy. That's tough. I can't believe them. They got like almost over 2 feet in Michigan's Upper Peninsula earlier this week, and they got more snow today up there. All of our friends in Michigan were sending us snow pictures, so that's a tough one. Hi from Navarre, Florida. Les Chanteau is there, and Chris Colley has got snow at in Illinois. He's back in time. He's gone back in time in the Midwest. Yeah. Ann Hurst is right here where I am in Destin, Florida. Lovely to meet both of you this week in Whole Foods. Oh, we met Ann and her husband at Whole Foods.
Yes.
Hope we'll be able to chat again in the future, minus the masks. And yeah.
Didn't recognize you without your mask.
Yeah, Ann, there you are.
We girls are wearing a mask and you guys are not.
Yeah, I know. But, that's not going to make any difference. It really isn't,
well, if you got it, I got it.
Yeah, but it's not.
And I'm wearing my mask and being good, and you're not. Yeah. What are we going to say? Yeah. What's new?
So we met Ann and her husband. We were in the produce department. No, I think we're in the meat department.
Meat department.
And, they came up and said, hey, we watch you guys all the time. So that's good. And the Hearsts had just retired, and they were planning on, they're full-timing now. And they got a nice little motorhome that they're in, and they were planning to go to North Carolina, if I remember right, and they couldn't do it because of the lockdown. But hey, we're in Florida, right? This is not a bad place to be. Temperature, says Maureen Tweedley out in Vancouver, 62 to 70s. Been beautiful the past week. Rain is coming. They're going to water those spring gardens. Dave says, happy you're around the campfire for another Friday night chat. Somebody stick another couple logs on. Here's a question for my Pleasure Way XL. What tire monitoring system would you recommend? I don't have one on mine. I don't. I've never needed one. We're working on our 9th year, and I've never needed a tire pressure monitoring system. So I can't give you. I'm
sure if the Pleasure Way must have a group for their Pleasure Way people.
Pleasure Way has a site. You can ask them there.
You could ask there.
And
what they or just call the manufacturer. What would they recommend?
And I think they're all pretty much the same. At one point, I considered putting it on, but I didn't need it. And I don't have one. And
doesn't mean we don't need one.
Yeah,
we just never got.
You know me, I want something with tech everywhere. So, Maureen brought some cheesies. Ooh, that sounds like Cheetos, maybe. No, Cheetos or Cheez-Its. I like those. Those are good. Hand me some of those. I did get some popcorn this week. Jennifer brought me a bag of popcorn from the supermarket, and that was good. Too Happy Nomad says as soon as the stay-at-home is listed, they're going to head home to Arizona. I'm sure there's no snow there. Beautiful time to be in Arizona right now. Going to snow where John is in Rhode Island, 1 to 5 inches. That's a lot. Susan Tarr is having a summer shandy. Here's to you, Susan. Sounds great at the happy hour campfire. Edward says he thought he was late. And, I'm not, Edward. We were late. Phyllis says, I don't know where they are. Call me, Phyllis, next time, like Chris did. I just forgot. We did forget, John. Thank you. Sometimes a separate live stream gets published. Let me go look. No, it was all me. It was all me. And oh well. Do you belong to the Escapees group? It says the Wandering Latinos. Yes, we do. That is one of our favorite RV organizations, the Escapees, and think the world of them. If you, it's a great group. They have lots of meetups and lots of benefits from the club, and a really active group. So we do like the Escapees a lot. Marshall says he's in Central Connecticut. De-winterized, flushing out the RV antifreeze just in case life improves. Unfortunately, it's supposed to snow overnight. Should I worry? I don't think you have to worry, Marshall. It's kind of like in the fall when you have to winterize. Usually only when you're going to have prolonged temperatures of under 30 degrees. And it's when the water on the road will freeze pretty thick. That's when you worry. So if you don't have a lot of water in there, don't worry about it. And I think that the snow will melt very quickly and you should be fine. So, unless it gets really cold for a number of days, you shouldn't have any problem. Marina has a question, and he suggested dog-friendly areas in Florida to live where you can park an RV. Well, I don't know how to answer that question.
I have to look up places that allow an RV, and I'm sure they would allow dogs. If they allow an RV, they're going to allow dogs.
Yeah, I mean, near the beach, if you want to camp, it's going to cost you a lot of money. There's only a few campgrounds in this part of Florida, and really all of Florida on the beach. They're very expensive because that's premium landscape real estate out there. In some beaches, the beach that we're at here in Okaloosa Island, dogs are not allowed on the beach at all. Just to the county to our east in Walton County, dogs are allowed on the beach if you can prove that you are a property owner and a resident of Walton County, Florida. Other counties, Bay County has some beaches. That's the one near Panama, and uh, all up and down the coast, each county seems to have its own laws. But in terms of parking your RV, there's lots of places inland where you can find a lot
That's what I
and
was
stay.
thinking of,
Yeah,
inland.
but not on the beach. So you got to, and the best thing to do is to come out here and use an app. Take Campendium, something like that, and just go up and down and find all the campgrounds and check them all out and see what you can find. Uh, Calgary, Alberta, they're not going to winterize until June.
They
Yeah,
winterize.
yeah, I know what that's like. Hi,
Probably wise.
Cynthia. She says a big difference in climate when you cross those Rockies. That's right. It's been crazy. Phyllis out in Iowa had 6.5 inches of heavy snow last night, mostly melted now, but it broke all sorts of limbs, and she's got lots of yard work for tomorrow. Well, enjoy yourself with whatever our whatever happy hour beverage you brought to our virtual campfire tonight, Phyllis, and get some rest for tomorrow. Maureen's in a condo, so she watches everybody else work. That's good. Say, uh, let's see. I'm going to jump on through here and look for questions. If you have a question, please type that all question in comments at the beginning of whatever it is you're texting, and then we can jump right on and pull it up. I liked it. I liked watching all you guys chat. They were all chatting before we came
Well,
here.
that's good. So we kind
Yeah.
of interrupted
Yeah,
everybody's conversation.
we did, and that's pretty funny to see it. There's a bunch of you on, and that is always great. Um,
Are there
okay,
people on the beaches? Is that for us?
where was that? Oh, are there
Right there.
people on the beach? Says Deb. No, nobody's on the beach. Nobody. And I just commented when we were out there a little while ago that there's no footprints in the sand, which is something I've
It's
never
very
seen.
pretty. Just the water and the sand, and nobody is there. And like I said earlier, I think what they're talking about is a couple hours in the morning and a couple hours, probably late afternoon. I don't know what their hours are, where people will be able to walk on the beach. And I think they're not going to try to do it residents, property owners. It probably, I
It'd be
don't
too
know.
hard. You have to have everybody
I mean, I
checking.
can't imagine trying to regulate who owns property and who doesn't. And you'd have to stay away from each other, and you can just walk on the beach and I presume swim, but you're not going to get your chairs and your umbrella
And
out,
sunbathing. They're not going to do
and
that.
the kids aren't going to play in the sand. You're going to keep moving.
Eventually, I think that'll happen. But I mean, the fact that they're starting to reopen them in limited degrees, that's a good sign.
Because when you think of it, I mean, there's a constant stream of people walking in the street. Everybody's out walking, and that's good that they're walking. And then when you think about what we had with all the people at the parks in Wisconsin, and then they had to close the park because 16,000 people
Yeah,
came in 2 days. It was crazy. People want to get out.
they do.
They want to move
Yeah, and maybe that's why everybody's so cranky on
because you're not getting
Facebook because
out.
they're not getting out. But
You weren't made to be an island
yeah,
locked up.
yeah, it's not. Hey, Cynthia says, Mike, did you get a haircut? The hair looks good. Well, I actually combed it tonight. Maybe that's part of it. And I'm not wearing a hat. I did get it cut
A couple weeks ago.
I think it's about 2 or 3 weeks ago, just before everything went on total lockdown in Florida, and that was it. So
I got a feeling I'm going to luck out because I think in 2 weeks in Florida, I think I'll be able to get my hair done. I'll be
Yeah.
surprised.
Deb wants to know what was the winning video. I probably you typed that before I answered it, but just in case we had everybody do, which one did you want us to do next? And that's the one that'll be coming out tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And that video that everybody voted, 38%, the most votes out of 350 votes cast, It's for
Key
our
West.
Key West video.
And that was logical to me because everybody wants to go to Key West because that's the most southern point in the country, and it's the closest thing we got to the Caribbean, and everybody's curious about it.
Yep. Cynthia says that she loves your smile.
Well, thank you.
I do too. Everybody's staying home. And here's one from Jeffrey. He says, greetings from Louisville, Kentucky. Enjoying taking our RV to local parks with a picnic, lunch, or dinner.
Oh, that'd
Day
be
camping.
fun.
Good for
Yeah.
you. I'm glad you can do that.
Yeah, we are so, to do that.
That is a lot of fun. Cattle dog cruising. My rad bike is.
We had that.
We had that comment.
Yeah.
Please don't repeat your stuff because I'll
well,
put
they
it on
think
again.
maybe
I have a slow memory and I'll just keep putting it on. Let's see. Do you have a fantastic fan? How loud do they get? They're not very loud. We've always had a fantastic fan, and all the different RVs we've had, they're the best that are out there by far. I think it's quite quiet.
I like it because we have this fierce watchdog, and
His name is Bo.
and we need, like white noise. Otherwise, everything he hears, he barks at.
Yeah.
He's looking for work.
Yep. So it's not loud at all, and it's great. I've never had any problems with ours, but I know people who occasionally something goes, and they just send them a whole new fan. They're just so good. Do videos take longer to process the more subscribers you have? No, not at all. It doesn't make any difference at all. You edit them, you process them, you upload them, and it doesn't make any difference how many subscribers. That process, whether you have one or a million of them, it's the same amount of time to edit it and put it together. It keeps it going. Marty says the audio is real low.
Well, maybe I'm not close enough.
Yeah, you're never close enough.
I know.
But that's the best we can do, Marty. Everybody else seems to be happy with it. So it says like my audio goes down.
Yeah,
I can talk like this, but I can't do much about it.
maybe
we always have
maybe
that
we are
problem.
too far. These aren't as good a microphones as what we have at home.
Yeah. Well, no, you got to be close to them. That's all, and that does get
like that.
Let's take a quick look here at the campfire for any other questions. Gary has one. Do you prefer tablet, laptop, or cell phone only when on the road? All of the above. I like them all. Probably, oh gosh, it's a hard choice what I use. I probably use the tablet less. In fact, so less I didn't even bring it this trip. But I'm on my phone a lot, and I use the laptop a lot, as you. So it's probably half and half between the cell phone and our tablets or our laptops. And we both have laptops, and oftentimes we'll both be doing different stuff online. At the bottom of the screen, that scroll, we've got our new Instagram accounts. I've had one now for some time. That's me right there, RV Lifestyle Mike. And there's Jen's RV Lifestyle Jen's, and there's Bo the RV Elcon. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, hey, we need to applaud. We got to 10,000 plus subscribers on our main RV Lifestyle Mike Instagram account.
Wait till next week. I'll catch up.
Have another sip of our happy hour here, everybody, to celebrate. Yep. So that's good. Let's go back to this stuff, and I'm kind of scrolling down here for questions so that I can get everybody. And here's Kevin.
Retired today.
I retired today at 3 p.m. Everybody have a virtual happy hour sip to celebrate Kevin here at the campfire. He retired today, and at 3 p.m., sold our house last year. Tomorrow was supposed to be our first full-time RV day. The virus actually has them living now at their daughter's house for now. Kevin, you'll be out there soon, and congratulations on the next phase of your life. Did Jennifer pass Bo on Instagram followers? Asks Cheryl. I don't know. I don't think so. I'll have to go look as you keep talking here. Let's see how we're doing with it. I think Bo is still ahead because he started ahead of you. So let me pull this up. You have, as of now, 308 followers.
Okay.
And Bo the Elcown, well, let's just say he has 533. He had a weak start on you, so that's pretty good. back for some more questions as I scroll down. It's great to see all your questions. Uh, Ford plant in South Carolina that builds four-wheel and all-wheel drive vehicles severely damaged by
Oh,
tornado on April 13th. Not sure if that affects transit. I don't know where the
wow.
transit is made, but that's what everybody in the RV industry is really excited about is the new 2020 Transit chassis, which is all-wheel drive, offers an all-wheel drive version. I'm really excited about that, and particularly for the one that Leisure Travel Van has, the Wonder, which is on the Ford Transit. One of those with all-wheel drive would be absolutely awesome. That's a pretty cool thing. So I don't know about that. I know that most people are having a rough time getting parts. Most of the manufacturers. Some of the manufacturers have started up again. Tiffin Motorcombs has started to build. Thor and Winnebago are all either up and running or will be in the next couple of days. Leisure is still not in production because they're waiting for parts. Their parts suppliers shut down, and the parts backlog is there. Uh, Hopefully that will end with them soon as well. But the business is starting to come again, and that's really exciting. Uh, Jennifer says this is a good sign. She was able to book a camping reservation at St. Andrews Park. I believe that's in Florida, isn't it? From May 16th. So that's good if you're
Mm-hmm.
still able to get there, Jennifer. I assume that's in Florida. You didn't say, but I'm not sure. It could be somewhere else. Um, and let's kind of go through for some more of the questions if you guys can. Somebody says the audio is low. Well, guys,
I think
I can't do much with
it's
it.
very hard to read and have this microphone
The
right in front of you
microphone
without holding
is
it.
right here. Look,
Yeah.
and if it's not working, it's not working. We had this problem once before, so we'll kind of do this real quick and get this out of the way since you're having trouble, and that will be pretty good. Do you always include bike trail info in your parks and destinations? If not, would you consider doing so? Yeah, I don't know if we always do,
But we'll try to do
but we'll
that.
try and do that. That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
that's a great request.
Thank you, Chill, who says the audio is fine,
Okay.
and that's good. Uh, there we go. And Dan says, "Stop spamming everybody." I think it's different. It depends on your system. If you can hear us, that's really great, uh, and that's all that counts. So sometimes it's your own levels and whatnot, uh, and we'll find it. I don't understand the guys not wearing masks. I was in a grocery store yesterday and noticed very few. If you read all the stuff, the
I think it's a
masks.
male thing.
Well, but
Women
they're not
usually
that effective, and
well, let's
I'm
not
not
get
going to get
going.
arguing about
Don't
it.
get
Yeah,
going.
yeah. It's
I
just,
think it's a male thing.
and it's not mandatory. I guess it is in some places, and it will be, but it isn't
I have a
mandatory
cloth
here.
one.
I've got a whole bunch of them. Yeah, we
Our,
could
our
sell
son
ours.
was our son was really nice, and he sent us a box full of the paper ones. But I like the cloth.
Ken Cooper says planning on camping the weekend of May 15th at Bellevue State Park in Iowa. That's great. I hope those are open. That is awesome. Patricia is having some Irish coffee in California at our happy hour and virtual campground tonight. Happy Friday from Reno. Have you weighed your LTV? And if so, how often do you get it weighed? And where do you go to get it weighed? Well, you can get it weighed at those cat scales that you come across on the interstate. And no, I have never weighed it. Never have. And in 9 years, I've never weighed any of my RVs. If we get another one, I will do that, and I'll take great notes on it. And maybe the next time I see a cat scale, just for the heck of it, I'm going to pull over and I'll weigh ours. But I have never done that, and I know I don't go over, and that's good. Hey, another super chat! Wow, look at this! This is from the Air Force guy, wishing you the best. Well, thank you. When you do a super chat, you go right to the head of the line. So thank you for that. Dog friendly beach in St. Augustine, Florida. Yeah, we found a dog friendly beach at right next to Gamble Rogers State Park in Florida, just south of St. Augustine, and we enjoyed that. We did go to Anastasia Island off St. Augustine, and the dogs were not allowed on the beach there. So you gotta look around, and every little jurisdiction has different rules, I think, and that gets good. 80 degrees in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Ed just got back from a 13.75 mile bike ride. Good for you. That sounds awesome. Uh, I saw a video where you compare driving the transit van with the Sprinter. Have you ever had an RV and a Ford chassis? How would you compare that to the Sprinter? Well, actually, we had the transit van and then we had the Sprinter. And we were very surprised with how well the transit
It,
drove.
yeah, I drove it for a bit and it was really easy to
It
drive.
drove much better than I thought. And I would say equal, if not even a little smoother than the Sprinter, the transit.
Can I say what I thought the difference
Yeah,
was?
yeah.
I felt the difference was when we had the Wonder for 2 weeks and then we went to the Sprinter, was the space between the two seats and the kind of getting in and out of the front to get to the back of the RV, and having the 65-pound dog, it made it a little more challenging with
So,
Bo.
but the ride
But yeah,
itself is what he asked, and
yeah,
I think that the transit may have rode a little smoother. What we didn't like was what Jennifer said. The cab, the two seats are too close together, and they're really, it was very cramped to get out and to go from the cab to back into the motorhome. But I mean, it wasn't hard, but
no.
it was it was just
We have the 65-pound dog.
who lies right there in the middle. Now, one of the things that we're really interested in seeing on the 2020 Transit is that cab and that chassis has been redesigned. So we are very anxious to, when we get a chance to look at one, to see how that compares. Because I'm pretty impressed with the Sprinter. I'm pretty impressed with the Transit as well, and particularly the 2020 Transit with that all-wheel drive. It's a gas engine and lots of little extra tweaks too. So it should be pretty good.
Because sometimes when you're out west, different places of the country, it can be a little challenging to find diesel. You never want to let it get too empty.
Yeah. Uh, let's go for some more questions. What product do you use for internet signal boosting and TV antenna? We met at the meetup in the Shenandoah. I'd love to take it off the RV again, but want better connectivity. Well, everything has changed so much with cellular connectivity that in the 9 years we've been RVing now, working on our ninth year, um, I find I don't even need the single signal booster anymore. I have a WeBoost system, and the prices on those have gone up so much. They're up almost $500, and very seldom does it do anything at all to help the signal because the signal is great. I use a Verizon MiFi card, and it's just hanging loose in my RV, and that does everything I need. I don't even use that, and that's pretty impressive. So um, it's pretty neat to be able to get that signal now from everywhere. And I think there was something else that you asked. Uh, oh, antenna for TV. Um, it had the system I have on ours on our Unity van has a it's a system from Winegard, and it's called the Winegard Connect 2, and it's a round dome, and it's also the television antenna. And it came standard on ours. I don't know. I think it was an option, but it came with ours when we got ours, our Unity, and I use that for the TV. But frankly, now we've installed a satellite dish. So when we watch TV now, we watch satellite TV. We have Dish TV, and that's what we watch. We watch very little television on the road, although in this lockdown that we're at now, we've gotten hooked on a couple of series. We went through all 6 seasons of Downton Abbey, 6 seasons, 9 episodes a season, plus their movie. We finished that, and keeping that British royalty theme going, we're now watching The Crown, which I'm finding good too.
So do you think we're going to pick up an accent?
My lady, I don't know. Many of you suggested that. We brought that up the last time. So that's about the only TV you watch. And now it looks like we can cake that. One thing I like about the system we have with the Dish TV is it will also work with the internet, and I can watch Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, all those as well. So that's pretty good. Hey, another super chat. Hey, we're good. All the advertising and the marketing world is dried up during this song. You guys are making our server payments this week. Super chat, $19 from Nita Young. Thank you, Nita. That's so kind of you. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Yes, right. Please give us a thumbs up. Google pays attention to that, and we really do appreciate it. Nita, thank you for that super chat. That means so much to us to see those coming in. I'm not kidding when I talk about the advertising dropped off. It
Yes,
has. I mean,
I think that's a little bit interesting. If you watched our video where we had our 17 pounds of mail, have you told everybody about this one?
oh yeah, I have not. I have
Uh,
not. That was on last week's video. Yeah.
yeah, so we didn't get mail this week, and finally you called the post office to ask what happened to our mail, and we didn't have any because all the advertising, nobody's advertising, all those flyers. Oh, everybody else must be like that too. They don't have the flyers.
Yeah. And it was
I
just,
mean, that's bad for the U.S. Postal Service.
yeah, it got just insane how
But
much
I guess
mail
we
we
have mail for
had.
next week, and I said to Mike, I bet it's different organizations that we've given money to. They're probably asking for money, so we're going to
Yeah.
have to pay
Yeah.
$20 so that we can get those delivered.
Yeah.
You know, once you give money, I think they sell your name, the different charities to other groups.
Yeah. It just got really nuts out there. So it's pretty good. Uh, about the cloth masks, moisture retention, reuse of cloth masks, and poor filtration may result in increased risk of infection.
Yeah, I only wear it once and then I wash it.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear it out.
Would love it if all the RV folks would say what month they're visiting a particular location. It's helpful when watching older videos. And we did that in the one that will come out tomorrow. And you'll see that. We did it for a couple of reasons. One, because we want people to know that Key West is not open. And we wanted to explain why people were all close together and stuff, because it was shot, I think, March 2nd. We started shooting that video. We were there for about a week. And as we left Key West, a couple days later, they shut it down. That's when everybody went on lockdown. And to this day, still, the Keys, you can't get in unless you're a resident. So there's no RVers going to the Keys now. But that's going to change, and hopefully our video. So we put it in that video, and I think we'll try and do that from now on. And I noticed a couple of other YouTube influencers have been putting the dates up across when it was shot.
That is a really good idea.
I think that is a good idea.
We had no idea when we started doing this 9 years ago that we'd be doing it so long.
Yeah.
You know, we keep doing this a decade. We're going to have changed a lot. Our appearance, 10 years is
it's
a lot of years.
Yeah, it is great. Hey, I got through all of the questions, so this is great. Look at that, and we're almost up to into our hour of doing this. So this is our virtual campfire. You know that on Sunday nights we have been doing now for a couple of years a program called Ask Us Anything, which is also at 7:00 Eastern time. Now you might notice
6:00 Central. You think
6:00 Central. I'll remember this time.
I think we can get the Central time down.
You can see it's a little bit grainy right now. That's because it's getting dark out, and there's not a lot of ambient light in the room that we use here for the. That's where I do all my work and my podcast studios here. And these are actually our podcast mics and our video system.
And I get in trouble all the time for not sitting close enough to the mic.
I'm always going when we do the podcast. I'm always going like this, you know. I'm kind of pushing her, and then she gets cranky at me. Can't do that, but they're good mics. It's just that it's you got to get close to them the way these mics work. So it's really
Maybe
good.
it's a table.
Yeah, Jennifer, you look terrific. You just don't seem to age, lucky lady.
Oh,
I'm the lucky one. Yeah, you're right. So impressed how Jennifer keeps working out, inspiring. Okay, you don't think, folks, that she was a little over the top in that video that we did last Saturday where she's running up the stairs and she says, I'm going to do my Jennifer impression. Can I do it?
I don't care.
She's running up the stairs. She's coming up and says, if you've got stairs, you're in luck because you can run up on stairs. I was thinking, oh my gosh, she really does like to work out. And that's the only complaint I hear.
Only complaint I mean, I'm lucky if that's my, I miss our kids and grandkids, but I really get cranky when I don't work out. I am used to moving. I've never been able to sit still.
Yeah. Nancy,
it's not in my DNA.
Nancy Jenkins, our friend, checks in. Hey, welcome to the campfire, Nancy. Let me pour you something in your virtual whatever it is that you're drinking, and enjoy yourself. Glad to have you with us today. Gerard says that he thinks dates would be awesome. And, I don't know why. A couple of people have suggested that. and I often will get questions, when did you shoot that? And so
And we don't remember.
I will put the date when we
So,
shot it. From
yes.
now on, we will try and do that all the time. Sharon is at the campfire here, but she wants some virtual s'mores. Well, Sharon, I think you got to look back and maybe you can find it from somebody next to you. Somebody's got some s'mores. Sharon needs some. Uh, how do we do what you do with 3 kids? We love the outdoors and would love to take the plunge. Keep it up. Well, you're going to need something bigger than what we have because we're in a B plus. You're going to need a fifth wheel, a trailer, a towable trailer, a larger.
We should direct them to our friends.
Our friend.
Yeah, who have 3 kids, but one's in the Air Force now, and one went to college. They're down to one right now.
Oh yeah, our friends Mark and Trish from Keep Your Daydream. Check them out. They are 2 of our friends that we. In fact, they're probably my favorite channel, more so than even mine. And they just traded in their fifth wheel for a Airstream, a big Airstream bunkhouse model, and they took off with 3 kids and have several seasons under their belt. And the name of their YouTube channel is Keep Your Daydream. And we've got an interview with them here in the channel, and
I think they're perfect because
yeah.
then I would want,
Something
the
bigger.
truck
Yeah.
and something you park and leave.
Yep. So give them check them out.
And a couple rooms.
Yep. It's great. John DePietro from New England. Snow tonight. Hey, John. Yeah, John, it was 75 today. It was a little hot in that sun. We couldn't stay out there as long as
John,
we
I
liked.
like snow. He's no snow. I like snow.
Yeah. That's good.
Bo and I like snow.
Chris says he likes your enthusiasm. You got to keep the energy out. Sharon can't get any s'mores, but she does have some chocolate and cookies. That's good. She'll take that for the
If I ate chocolate this time of night, I'd be up all night. We did that one video. I drove till 3:30 in the morning. I had 2 great big chocolates and the caffeine. I was wired.
There's another video TV watch suggestion.
that?
British humor, Doc Martin. I've had several people recommend that.
Hilarious.
I think after The Crown, I'm going to be a little tired of British.
I won't be.
TV.
We'll go to Doc Martin.
All
Write that one down.
Did we finish Downton Abbey? We did.
We did.
Yeah, I've called it Downton Abbey. Yeah, it does. Makes me want to go visit that castle, and we ended up
Makes
liking
me want to go back to England.
What I liked about it is I think I can tell it had a good, happy ending. You know, it had a couple of bumps in the road, some of the things, but it was great. Ann Hurst said they used to live 7 miles from Highclere Castle, which is where they shot it. That's Ann from our Whole Foods encounter this week.
Oh,
wow. If all goes as well, I have tickets to visit the castle in August this year, enjoying a glass of wine right now. White or red, Ann, because you didn't have to bring yours. Jennifer and I brought plenty for everybody here. And that's good.
Well,
Lance keeps asking this, and I'll just, so he doesn't ask it again, I'll answer it. Did you hear in the news today that some people in Florida who were sick with the flu last summer had their antibodies and were tested positive? There's all sorts of stuff. I didn't hear that, Lance, and I'm not going to necessarily believe that until I hear it from otherwise. I will say this, that a lot of people have been saying, and let's not get a comments going on this because it'll blow up and people will get nasty. But a lot of people said there was something in late December, January, the worst flu they ever had. I don't know if you know anybody that happened to. They had all these weird systems, and people
something
were
different
wondering
than
if
what they've ever had.
they're
before.
wondering if it came quicker or something.
I wonder if they had it. I don't know.
But as Chris says, we're trying no virus talk. I'll try and give you news about openings of places, but trust me, it goes south. There's somebody's going to get mad and, well, they're taking away my freedoms,
Okay.
and then
Enough of you.
well, then it gets really funny. I mean, they get so
We
nasty.
don't want to get anybody's blood pressure up. Nobody needs blood pressure medicine.
Here's another video. 3 little trees. The family with 3 little girls under the age of 4 traveling in an Airstream that they purchased from. They bought this from Less Junk, More Journey, and you'll get lots of laugh. Yeah, that would be tough to be traveling with a bunch of little kids. Cheryl says we love The Last of the Summer Wine and Keeping Up Appearances, which are British comedies. So there's plenty of them there. All right, hey, it's getting dark. We're gonna lose the video quality real quick. We've been an hour at the campfire. You guys are welcome to stick around afterwards. Make sure somebody puts out the fire really good before you go in for the night. Don't forget to take your lawn chairs with you and your camp chairs. And we will be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Our new video is released on the channel, and that is on Key West. We hope you guys all enjoy that. That's the one that you told us you wanted us to do next. And the one after that we'll be doing will be on boondocking in Central Florida. Although I might do a bit for that because I forgot to say we also have one on the Everglades that we can do. And particularly the Eastern Everglades. We went as far south in the Everglades as you could go. So I'll throw that in and we'll do a vote on that on Sunday for our next one that we'll be doing. And we'll pair that one up against the runner-up to this week's video.
Okay, enough, enough. Don't try to explain it. You can't figure it
I
out.
can't figure it
You know,
out.
just do one.
It does get a bit involved,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
just do one. My
Yeah,
surprises.
I'll surprise you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, it's fun to tell everybody what is going on. So anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will
We'll
be
try
back.
to be on time.
We will
Sunday.
be on time, 7 p.m. Eastern time Sunday.
So who's going to call us and tell us to be on time?
I'm going to have to set an alarm. I don't know how we forgot about it. We got doing something, and it got pretty crazy. So you guys have a great time. Enjoy the time sitting home. Enjoy your significant other and make plans to get out there and travel. Glimmers of hope this week around the campfire about our continued travel plans that we hopefully all can start picking up on a little bit later on. So all of our videos coming up. We got a whole bunch of them yet to come, and we appreciate the tip about putting in the dates. We'll do that. With Mike and Jennifer, thank you guys for watching.
Happy trails.